One thing I'm really excited about is your connection with the territory in terms of the Melbourne Football Club, and you go and play games in Darwin. Now you go back home to my hometown next week, next Friday, you're going to be playing there. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm actually going to be being there, hopefully. But the Guernsey, something that the modern player is so fortunate to be able to do is play with an Indigenous Guernsey, which I didn't get the chance to do. And I'm very proud that one of my family members or connections from Santa Teresa Mission, they've designed it, the Gorry family. So, brother, for me as an Alice Springs Islander person, I feel real proud. Does that make you and Neville Jetta and Toby Bedford and all the Indigenous players very proud as well?
Yeah, I'm super proud, and I think honestly it's the best jersey I've seen. Not just being biased, I think it's amazing design this year. And,
yeah, I reckon it is.
And it's not just the Indigenous boys. We're super proud, and I'm sure you would love to be able to wear Indigenous round Gilly, but the non-Indigenous boys are the ones that are really getting behind it. They love it. I was doing a photo shoot this week, and it was usually the Indigenous boys. Of this week, it was me and Jake Lever, and yeah, it's just it's a whole diverse sort of community now that are really embracing our culture, and so Doug Nicholls Round. So I just think I can't wait to wear that jersey, and I think Friday night footy
I've got it here, yeah. Friday night footy in Alice, yeah.
That's pretty big.
Mate, it's amazing out there, yeah. How good does that look, mate?
It's huge to have
mate, I know Alice.
AFL in Alice Springs. It's going to be unbelievable.
What does it feel like for you to hear someone like Gilly talk about not getting to play in it, with what he means for all of us, for Indigenous rounds, and then to be able to go out and play in Sir Doug Nicholls Round, to hear the passion that he talks about it with?
Well, I'm just glad Gilly gets to sit back and see the recognition now. Like, I wouldn't have any idea what it's like to play in his day, but it certainly was really tough times, and the boys that all came down, made their way down from all around Australia, but in particular NT, down to the cold winter, and stuck out and had a good AFL career and paved the way really for everyone else. And now to be able to sit back and be proud of our culture and embrace it, and go and watch a Friday night footy game in Alice Springs is pretty surreal. So it's come a long way in the Gilly, and I'm not speaking for you, but
even to be actually playing in Alice with lights.
Yeah,
it's serious. That's my background, so I understand that.
What does it mean to you to actually play in these two rounds, so Doug Nicholls rounds?
Yeah, it's just such a privilege, and I think we touched on it before. Guys like Gilly, and they did, Mike McLean, who coached me in Darwin, and all these NT legends never got the opportunity, and we don't take it lightly. Like, it's a really special round, and I love being able to wear it in front of our home crowd. We used to be one round, and now it's sort of spread over two rounds, and then clubs are putting their hand up. Can we wear it another week in front of our home fans? Everyone's getting behind it, and I just think the education, the jerseys are great, they're outstanding, but the education that comes with the round and the acceptance and the awareness has sort of gotten better, but I think it's the education, your teammates asking genuine questions, and I just think it's a fantastic round, obviously my favourite round, but I think it's a lot of other people's favourite round.
Now, Melbourne has conceded the fewest points in the league this year. How did the Crows break through last week?
It was first off, I want to start off full credit to Adelaide. They came to play and they played unbelievably well, and their crowd got behind them. But our defence and our how we defend coast to coast. So when the ball goes into our forward 50 and they win it, how we stop them going coast to coast was really disappointing on the weekend. We've been really good at stopping it halfway and having playing a lot of front half footy. That might sound a little bit confusing, but that's the way we've been coached all pre-season, and that's our DNA really. If things aren't going well, our team defence is on. And on the weekend, I think the highest score we gave up was maybe 70-something points, and they scored 96 to win by a point, which is really disappointing on our behalf, but goes to show Adelaide Crows, let them get the corridor and get their fast flow of footy going. It's hard to defend, I tell you now. I was down this.
Well, I saw you at the end there with your head in your hands a couple of times.
That was my opponent. So.
Well, it's not going to get any easier this week. Just quickly, we'll dive into it a little bit later, but I called the Doggies game at the weekend, and their bounce off half back. I mean, if you turn it over sort of 50 to 70 out, it's going to come back with a bit of interest.
Yeah, they're certainly the benchmark in terms of fast footy. I reckon Richmond have been for a long time, but Bulldogs have really taken that blueprint and made it their own. And under the roof at Marvel was pretty scary trying to defend the Doggies, but we had a crack at it in the JLT, in the Marsh Series, I think it's called now, whatever it's called, and they smacked us. More so around stoppages, but I still remember how easily they transitioned the ball, so they'll certainly be at the forefront of our mind.